back. It's good to be here. We are in a series on growing in Christ, and today we're going to be I've got a question for you to start settling. What are you like at reading instructions? Does anybody read instructions? Got a friend. I'm not particularly good at reading instructions. Which was proved as well. Because I love this proved and the list of who's preached on what the worst people are. I thought, okay, I'll be on that. I can mark something. This is a good issue. And I'm not as preached on demons and disease thoughts and all sorts of what on earth is happening and that will be done by the way. I realise people keep asking. I realise that they read instructions better. But I think this is the passage we're going to go to read. I think it's the just this week from my service I go. And if you expect a service to go, not a chance. Only because you read instructions, only because you will find I'm just like to say when you phone me in place, taking a picture of my phone, 20 minutes into the service and say, you go and listen to it. And you take the top of the comment, the top of the names, streams rose and the winds blew and beat against the house. It fell with a great crash. When Jesus finished saying these words, the crowd were amazed at his teaching, because he taught as one who had authority and not as their teachers of the law. So do we follow instructions? Or do we do what my father-in-law did when he bought his first shredder? Shrink paper and shredder. What was the first thing he shredded? The instructions. He thought he knew better. But it's amazing what we go through each day without the full instructions. And we're blindly blinkered to go, I know better. A friend of mine goes, they're going on TV and they give it to us. And I put the TV up and I plugged it in and plugged the wires and that should be enough, shouldn't it? No. Thankfully, when the screen came up, it said, if you want instructions, do this. I used to say television, so I should know what I was doing, but I was completely lost. And so I followed the instructions. I didn't have to go and get a 15-year-old or anything like that to go and help. And we now have a television that works. In so many parts of our life, I think, we just think we know. You agree? We know better. Anybody spend half the day in the garden yesterday or outside? I could hear all my neighbours getting furniture out and got some look to the forecast for the rest of the week, but they're getting the furniture out, they're cleaning things. And my next door neighbour said, I'm just getting the water feature out. Very good. And then she said, Andy, can you come and see what's going on? This water feature's not working. Darren! Look, so I've put water in it, there's the wires, I've done everything, nothing happened. I've got my hand inside it, deep cleaning things. I said, right, I've done everything I can do. On the switch it on. I'm doing over to the wires where I've been working through. I see what the problem is. It's not plugged in. Nobody follows the instructions. Years going on, Connie and I were in New Zealand, and there's a part of New Zealand where you can travel along the beach in coaches. Because the beach is so long, and you can go in coaches, especially built coaches, but you can't slow down because the beaches are like 60%. And everywhere it says, do not stop, do not sunbathe, do not wander off. And there's phone numbers. If you get lost, if you get stuck, if your car breaks down, phone this number. And apparently almost daily there are reports of people picking their cars. Falling asleep in the sand and wake up just. And as we were going down, we were taking, the guy says, right, you can get off the coach, we're going that way, if you're not back in 10 minutes, we're gone. And as we're walking down, you can see all the coaches and the cars and what they have their exhaust pipes up in the air, because obviously they come from them. And we went past, and there was one that just had about that much left, looking out the sun. And he said, what's that? Oh, I said, that was last week, it broke down. And yet, right next to it, it said, if you need help, phone. Nobody follows instructions. And I think that's what Jesus is trying to make a point out about, with this image, that we will have storms. Just last week, my two children were walking past the church. I was preaching somewhere else, and they came back and said, Dad, I don't know what was happening, but there was something in Southside Church. I don't know who it was. I'm like, I can't do anything. And immediately they were worried. We are going to face storms. Things are going to happen. Life is going to go wrong. And if you misread what Jesus has just said, you're thinking, well, if I say Jesus is the rock, it will be fine. That isn't what it says. I don't know about you, but I sometimes think this particular parable is almost something you have at school or in Sunday school. It's a young kid's story. We don't have to worry about it because we're grown-ups. We know the instructions. It's simple. The storms of life are there. The storms of life, as we've just read, happen to both houses. In verse 25, what happened to the house? The house built on sand. He says, there will be rain, there will be floods, there will be wind. What you do built on the rock, there will be rain, there will be floods, there will be wind. It tells us the same trials are going to happen. Both have the same rain. Both have the same floods, both have the same wind. We are not exempt from the trials of life. Sometimes I think it's like when people say that being a Christian is fine. It's not the world. We're going to face trials, we're going to face struggles. Things are going to go wrong. Maybe with your health, maybe with your marriage, maybe with your family. There will be rain and floods and winds. It's just not about asking Jesus into our heart and laying back and resting and think it's sorted. There will the rain, floods, and wind from everywhere. The difference is how we face it. It won't be that we won't have storms. The difference is how we face those storms. Do we face it with that foundation of rock? Or do we face it with a foundation of sand? Everyone who hears my words and acts upon them may be compared to a man who builds his house upon the rock. The important word is compared. This is a story, this is a picture, an image, something to want to get our head around what Jesus is trying to say. He's saying, listen. Amazing truths that come out this morning from Bible verses that people offer from songs you guys have chosen. But if we just listen, we you would go, wait a minute, will you remember it? I can't remember the song you told me. Which song was it? Mom, do you remember that? So I won't remember it again. So I'm nice you want. Both people in the story, one who builds his house on the sand and one who builds his house on the rock, both heard the same words. It wasn't just something seeking to know, it was something different to it is. The difference is all that he himself. And never did. The one who is more God knows for the life that Jesus knows. God knows. And yet he said, I'm quite glad. I know the way. It's not just about hearing it. It's not just about reading it. It's about doing it. It's about what does it mean? What does it tell us to do? James 1:22-25 says, prove yourselves doers of the word, and not merely hearers who believe themselves. And there's a person who hears the word, but he does it. A person who just hears. It's not really for one God. I could read Pride and Prejudice, but I couldn't. And go, that's a great book, because it doesn't matter if I've read it or not. If I just read this, or if I just make it, really good for keeping off all the books on the bookstand. Someone said to me once, the way to see if a Christian reads his Bible is ask him to open it. And if it goes, because it's never been used. You can't do that with a phone because we're all on phones. But if you can't find the app on your phone in kind of 2 clicks, maybe not being on there either. God is calling us to read his word, but to do something about it. We'll know salvation is not based on what we do. We are saved by grace and grace alone. Through our faith in him. Through Jesus' work on the cross for each one of us. But if we are saved, if we truly believe that that's the way forward, the only way forward, then surely we're going to do what it is to do. If we read this enough, if we spend time in that word, in those messages, in those songs, surely we then want to do something about it. We won't just listen, we won't just read. So how do we build that house? We can't just do what Jesus says if we haven't read the book. It's like having a sat nav. Look in the box or turn the sound down. I've got lost using the sat nav because that voice really irritates me. It's not that I don't like being told what to do, but they always have really annoying voices. And you suddenly look, you suddenly glance at the sat nav that's going, and you've just gone that way. It's my stupidity, not the sat nav's. We need to open the Bible. So many times do we hear people say, read the Bible, get into the Bible. You might find that really difficult. But this morning you've got into the Bible. We've heard it spoken by our friends, we've heard it sung by us. We've got to stay. Because the more we read, the more we can trust God will lead us in the right direction, the right instructions. If my friend said, yes, I read the manual to your car on Tuesday, bring it round Wednesday, it'll be fine, I'm not sure I have the confidence to do with the car. But because he's been working with the cars for 30 years, I know I can trust him. Throughout the Bible, people have built their life on the rock. Whenever they're asked to, whenever they're told to follow Jesus, whenever they're asked to do something, what do they know? People just do it. Because they trust the one with no instructions. When he tells Matthew to leave his tax office and follow him, what does Matthew do? He comes with a good job, leaves the office, trips under shooters, and he's off. And he tells the disciples to get up that picnic, their loaves and fishes, and go and feed all of them. I'm sure they were scared to death of being humiliated. And all of that was to experience of spending time with Jesus. They didn't have the instruction manual at that time. They just had the wrong trade. That God's presence. So we should all have in our lives thousands of years later, as long as we spend time with each other. We listen to what people are saying, we hear opinions, give opinions, worship, pray, and open up God's word. I admit sometimes I pretend I'm too busy to take time out to read the Bible every day. I read the Bible every day, but who has the Bible notes in the room? Yeah? Not enough of you. You can get through a Bible reading in about 2 minutes, in about 4 words, and you go, click, that's me done, that's the God stuff today, right? It's not enough. Time is good to do that. Please spend time with His Word. I was talking to one of the volunteers at Mission the other day. She said, these friends have been that room for a tough time. She says, this couple, this godly couple that they're friends with, they've been amazing. We've been meeting up every 2 weeks, and just as 4 of us doing a Bible study together. It's so easy when you're not in church. It's just going to do it. I'm just going to say that. I find it so easy to say God's word. It's so hard if I'm honest to read God's word because I cannot find myself. But if you listen to God's word, it changes everything. We're preparing for a talk. I can do that. And we've got to find our way and stick at it because you will believe it. And read the word. So read it. If you listen to it. There's no use reading about it. My television would never work if I just read the instructions going in. And that's what it would never work. How many places would Hagrid and Richard have gone if he just said, God, go, right, it's time to go. Go off to Ukraine. Go off to India. Off to New Year. If I were in those watches. Stop. It's the doing after the hearing. And if you're standing on the rock, if our faith is solid on the rock, not on the sand, then we know we can step back because that rock is in the right faith. One of Dietrich Bonhoeffer's students in Germany back in the 30s said that Bonhoeffer told her class, when you read the Bible, you must think that here and now God is speaking with me. From the very beginning, he taught us that we had to read the Bible as if it was directed at us, as the word of God directly to us. Not something general, not something generally acceptable, but rather a personal relationship to us. He repeated this to us very early on, that the whole thing comes from there. And fascinating. And it's always read the Bible about how much this is this morning. You can't possibly explain when you know God's going, trying to get your attention. If you read the Bible every day, but do nothing, it's pointless. Actually, we need to the wisdom of another. In John 2:5, the wedding at Cana, what does Mum say? Listen to him and do it. Do what he says. Just listening, just reading, just singing. It's nothing if we don't put God into our lives. In that word of God grows. The series is about growing in Christ. I challenge you this morning. Wherever you need God, whenever you can find time to listen to God, do it. And do it regularly. David had on the talk something yesterday about creating habits. We know it takes about 14 days, especially in the UK, 40 days to create a habit. So So if you start reading today and then start praying about it, thinking about it, and then doing it in 2 weeks' time, and come back and tell me, amazing people. Bring habits today. Do what we hear from our godly friends. Do what we hear when we pray. Do what we hear God tell us in worship. Because then, not only will we change, but the church will change, our community will change, our relationships will change. And that one relationship that we've got, that true relationship will never fail, will improve. Lord, I thank you. I thank you. You looked so much, you died for us, but also created an instruction manual on how to live our lives. You help us to read those instructions, not just to shred them, not just to put them in the cupboard, not just to throw them away. Help us to dwell in every day, through word, through music, through prayer, through time, but help us to learn more about what you want from us, and how our relationship with you can be better and better, stronger and stronger. If we listen